All right, so we are in the home stretch of the practice test, and this last section is all about division. And you'll see that number 52 and 53, we are dividing a polynomial by a monomial, meaning there's only one term in our denominator for each of these two problems, 52 and 53. And when that's the case, when there's only a single term in your denominator, go ahead and rewrite the problem, except when you rewrite the problem, go ahead and break up each term of the numerator and rewrite each term of the numerator over the denominator. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to take our numerator, so 27x to the fourth, except now we're going to rewrite the denominator under that term, and then we're going to say plus, because we're adding here, 24x squared, also written over our single monomial denominator, and then plus 21x over 3x. All right, so again, when you are dividing a polynomial here, like we are in 52, by a single term denominator, rewrite each term of the numerator individually over that denominator. And the reason we want to do that is because it is helpful and makes the division a lot easier to visually see, because now we can just say 27 divided by 3, well, that's going to give us 9. And then we are top heavy or bottom heavy on x's, you can ask yourself. And for this first term here, we are top heavy. Well, how many are we top heavy by? By 3. And now we've taken care of that part of our division. Plus, well, 24 divided by 3, going to be 8. And then again, look at our x's. Are we top heavy or bottom heavy? We are top heavy by how many? 1. And so now we're finished here. And then lastly, 21 divided by 3, well, that's going to be 7. And then let's take a look at our x's. Well, we are not top heavy nor bottom heavy because we have x to the first, and so in this case the x's cancel, and so we don't have any x's in our final answer, and there is the final result of our division. We have 9x to the third plus 8x plus 7. All right, let's take a look, and that was 52. Let's take a look at 53. And again, we are dividing a polynomial by a single term monomial. And so we're going to rewrite each term of the denominator over this, rewrite each term of the numerator, rather, over each term, or over this denominator. And so we have 21x to the 7th divided by 3x to the 6th plus 12x to the 6th divided by 3x to the 6th plus 18x to the 5th divided by 3x to the 6th. All right, so let's go ahead and go through this and see what happens. So 21 divided by 3, well, that gives us 7. And then for the x's, are we top heavy or bottom heavy? We are top heavy by how many? By 1, right? Because 7 minus 6 gives us 1. So we have our x. Now we're finished with that first part of the division. And now we're going to say plus 12 divided by 3, well, that gives us 4. And are we top heavy or bottom heavy on x's? Well, we're neither, right? Because x to the 6th and x to the 6th cancel each other out, and so there goes our x's. And then lastly here, we have 18 divided by 3, which is 6. And then are we top heavy or bottom heavy on x's? Well, we're bottom heavy by how many? By 1, and so our single x will remain in the denominator. Remember, wherever you are heavy is where the answer, or that variable rather, is going to remain. So if you are heavy in the numerator, that's where your variable will remain. In this case, we were heavy in the denominator, and so our variable will remain in the denominator. And here is our final result. 7x plus 4 plus 6 over x. All right, so those aren't too bad. So just if you can remember that when you have a single term on the bottom in your denominator, rewrite the problem and ensure that you rewrite each term of that numerator over the denominator. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the next few problems in our next video.